There's one downside about living in the centre of the UK. No, the camera. I can't see anything. I don't see my stream though.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
oh.
There we are.
Hey, there we are. Now we're live. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the quick wait. Welcome. It is your boy Huey with my best friend across the world, Mr. Lucky, and welcome to Merc Esports, Merc Productions, ladies and germs. We are starting our IBS event right now, and on our right, you can see the 6 teams that have been invited and been selected to be in our pivotal event here. We have our 8-bit Tanukis, we have our rivals, we have Amthus, we have V-Ice, Touch Grass, and I can't think of that little purple skull one there. Oh, Mojo Jojo's. All right. I love it. I love it. And with that being said, my boy Lucky will now break him down for us before we get into our best of 3.
Hello. So we'll just kind of go through the rosters here. There's a couple players that either have been on teams last season or I know from other seasons in other leagues. We'll start with Touching Grass. And top lane we have. I'm about to butcher the absolute hell out of these names because I'm dyslexic as all hell. But anyways, bear with me here. We have Lucifer top. You know, I'm honestly, man, I'm
That
just gonna
wasn't
have you read
bad.
the names. I'm gonna have
That
you
wasn't
read the
bad.
names.
Nah,
I'm
that
gonna
wasn't
butcher the hell
bad.
out of
That
them.
wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. So where are we taking off from here?
Looking at touching grass right now.
Looking at touchy grass here. So give me 1 sec to bring it up. Okay, so we do have. Oh, give me 1 sec. I gotta bring it up. We have Lucifer. We have unreportable B in the jungle. We have B Sin, hashtag B in the mid. Okay, if we don't see any B skins with touching grass, gonna be very, very upset there. We have Hamlikar there. Support will be Rubik's McCubics, and substitute will be Bears Pack. Well, you don't like Bears Pack, Cam? I guess not. And their coach for touching grass will be Sparter and Halfling. For GCCE Tanukis, which I really do enjoy their entire. They might be my favorite just based off aura and swag here. We have Urameshi in the top side. We have Deemed in the jungle. Mid, I'm not even going to try to get that one there. We have Igugi there. We have DT Dub. Pandorum, Ghostly, and a Basket Bread will be their subs there to coach B. J. Sai. Looking at LF Amethyst, we have all ducks on me. The Great Bigsby, top and jungle, respectively. We have the Son of Zeus in the mid. Zelius Valor in his ADC. The Yes Parade as support. And then we have Enzu, Black Bolt, and Enzu again as a substitute. That's crazy. Imagine being a sub twice for one team. That's got to be some skill there. And then last but not least, taking the back of our big train here, AG Mojo Jojo Incorporated. Oh man, I cannot wait for these guys to come out. Downfall, AG Major. Don't eat bees. Okay, so that's gonna be a trouble for them when they get into a fight with Touch Grass. Germ Rat also will be going for ADC. Imperial Birth, Perfect Build, Brayer, and Aeon will be taking subs position as a substitute. Emperor Barif will be taking that last spot. The coach there for Amethyst and Mojo Jojo, uncertain, unknown there. But that will be our Merc Academy IBSG roster sheet. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Lost our last but not least. We have Miami Vice kind of sitting there in the back corner there. We have no 2 in the top. Jungle for Soul, it will be Soul Muncher. Mid will be Renegade, Trey as ADC, and C9 Moby White in the support. No subs, actually. I think Miami Vice is actually the only team without any substitutes. That might kind of affect them a little later in the upcoming seasons because, let's be real, it gets pretty difficult keeping up with work, scheduling, adulting, living, So hopefully that doesn't bite them in the butt later on.
So one thing I could say for Miami Vice is that I'm pretty sure the reason why they don't have subs is because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh,
Sorry about that.
oh, you're good. So correct me if I'm wrong. They only show up on like one day. For the most part, I know quite a few of these players, like their mid
Oh,
laner, their support, and their jungle. Their jungle played for White Lotus at one point. Um, Same with their mid laner and same
really?
with their support. Yeah. So I
Interesting.
yeah. So from what I know from this team is that Soul Muncher's he's an alright player if I'm being honest. Their mid laner is probably the one that you're gonna have to watch out for on this team.
Okay.
Ray
Okay.
Ray is very, very solid. Even though,
Nice.
his rank isn't the best, but he was always a solid mid laner.
How do you feel
Um,
about mid lane overall right now? Like, what is the current meta right now? What would you say would be it? Is it focus mid, focus down onto the top lane? Are we getting early
mhm.
ganks in the bot lane? What do you feel is really it right now?
So personally, I mean, from being an ADC main, yeah, I want to say
I already
ADC,
know where we're going.
but right, the only thing in terms of ADC is since Dragon does spawn as like one of the
Hmm.
first major
Hmm.
objectives, I do see a lot of junglers like pathing down there to at least get that. I am curious though to see if we will see any like lane swaps from like bot to top for the grubs or bot to mid. It just all varies. In terms of like the mid lane meta, I mean honestly, I don't think there's too much. It's just a lot of control mages,
A lot of heavy mage,
assassins.
honestly, right
Yeah,
now. Yeah, yeah.
there can
Assassin's
be a few
starting to come back a
assassins.
little bit. That is true.
hmm
That is
I
true.
believe with this next patch, assassin's going to be probably a little bit more prevalent. I could be wrong. But uh, in terms of like actual mid laners from this looking at this doc right now, the two mids that stick out to me the most, only
Hmm.
because I know them, is AG Don't Eat Bees and then Renegade.
Don't eat
Um,
bees, man.
yeah, they have had a rivalry as far as I know. They're always back and forth in terms of play. So it's going to be really interesting to see these two teams, whenever they do play each other, duke it out.
Hmm. And looking at it, they are pretty high on our IBGS side of rank. So definitely would have to agree. They are definitely the ones to keep their eyes out on here. But for today, who are we going to be able to see first? And don't forget, guys, we'll be back at 8 p.m. EST as well too for more Merc action. But for this one, give me one sec as I bring it back up. We will have our. Oh, wait, hold on.
Are there no matches today?
There definitely should.
I
Really?
don't. I don't think there is
What? Hold on.
tomorrow.
So tomorrow. Oh man, we gotta wait till tomorrow for some games. Is crazy, egregious. Some might even say.
When
So you
does?
do have the info for said teams, which is fantastic.
Hmm.
So I was gonna say, who do you think are some of your tops? But I think it's safe to assume. I think we know some of your top teams, then, huh?
I will say there is a. I could potentially see a dark horse team being
Okay.
rivals. Their top laner I've known for a while. He is a very, very solid top laner. He will pull out random stuff and somehow manage to do good on it. Now, for the sake of knowing him, I won't say what those picks are, but they are pretty spicy. And then Husky is a
Oh,
returning player. Um, I know Husky's also pretty good. Definitely an MF merchant. But I mean,
oh
hey,
yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, I can't really talk myself. I am also an MF merchant,
I mean,
so
let's be real. Let's be real on MF right now. It's pretty strong right now. I
it
wouldn't
is.
say the strongest ADC, but overall, there's no real bad picks to it. The range is decent. The damage is fantastic. Make it rain bullet time. You just press R on an objective. You're gonna grab
Mhm,
objective and grab three if you
mhm.
position properly. It really just comes down to position. So as long as MF can position properly, that is a huge threat. So all right, we got MF. You think what are a couple other ADCs that we should be looking out for? We heard mid. What about ADC?
So there's also the Varus. That's a staple.
Oh my
Jinx
god,
is
yeah.
also a major staple in this elo. So from my understanding, IBSG is all it is you draft either front to back are Wombo, and
Hmm.
a lot of the time you should just win the game because of how hectic and like crazy team fights are in this elo.
No, it's true. I always have advice for people IBSG or ISBG or excuse me IBSG. It's really just to per se just play comfortably, play for
hmm
comfort,
hmm
understand the meta, but don't always go for the meta. You know, if you're more
Yeah.
comfortable on let's say Twitch, run Twitch instead of Varus. You know, but looking at our meta, because that's really where it's at right now. Sivir, Jinx, Vayne, Kaisa, Lucian right now taking the top 5 positions. Smolder, Yunara, Nyla, Ash, and Twitch, actually kind of funny there, taking the top 10 right there. Very interesting picks there. But you can just see all it is. It's just that wave clear, that push, the attack speed, and all those right there. The first, especially the first 5, really cover that very, very well. Being able to add in the new weapons, or excuse me, the new items as well too, from the Navori Quick Blade onto the Utah Wind Arrows, when a lot of Essence Reaver builds as well too is coming up. So very, I wouldn't say interesting, but it's a very understandable side of what you're going to be doing into the bot lane. Also, as you
hmm
mentioned, Varus is a huge counter to Sivir, Jinx, Vayne, Kaisa. Just these short range ADCs here, just being able to abuse that extra range there. For sure, for
hmm
sure, for sure. Middle, we've already touched on the middle. We do see Katarina at the top right now, bringing back that assassin build, but it goes from Katarina, Vex, Silas, Akali, Zareth. So a lot of that control, a lot of that assassin you mentioned as well too, kind of starting to sneak back. You mentioned a bit on to the new patch that might bring in some new assassins. You want to kind of
Yeah, let me attempt
expand
to
on that a
pull up.
bit? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, let me
please.
attempt to pull this up. So we don't have much. Here I'll send it to you as well, so you have it.
Sweet, 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 sweet.
Okay, no. Okay, so we do have quite a bit.
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
Here we go.
so it's looking like champion buffs: Brand, Gnar, Alawi,
Ooh. Ooh,
Callista,
bro, Lowry's
Yumi.
getting a buff.
Yep,
Yes.
Morgana, Nautilus,
Yes.
Kiana,
No, not
Rek'Sai,
Morgana.
Singed, Scion, Silas, and Zenyatta. Thing is like from this patch, they're trying to translate the Nautilus and the Silas more into like a jungle.
Hmm.
So we'll just have to see if teams are able to pick up on that. For the nerfs, we're getting Jarvan, Lulu, Nocturne, Rail, Shaco, Trundle,
Oh
Zizel,
yeah.
and Yumi.
Oh
Which
yeah.
thank God that they're nerfing Yumi.
Bringing down the enchanters, dude. Thank gosh. Yeah, no, it's been a little rough. It's been a little rough. Not gonna lie. It's been
No
a
one
little
likes
rough in the
Yumi.
bot lane. No, man. And let's be real. Do you remember what was it? What was that LCS? Was it 2020? Maybe 2022, where it was just Caitlyn Yumi?
Yeah,
Caitlyn
yeah.
Yumi, Caitlyn Yumi,
Disgusting.
Caitlyn Yumi. Oh my gosh. Like,
Disgusting.
it is disgusting. So I do like the fresher breath air, and where the meta is at right now, ADC wise, or I would say bot lane. You have a lot
hmm
of tank engagers coming in, which is
hmm
cool. Always a lot more action for us on the commentary board. It's always more interesting to watch two tanks go in than just watching the poke snowball fight in the bot lane. Let's be real. Yeah. But we did not touch on the dragon. Oh, Nash is getting a buff too. He's getting a little extra, little health boost there. Hopefully that matters later into it. But touching on to the jungle now, I think Trundle's still up there right now. I definitely think Trundle's still up there for sure, for sure. Just
Yeah.
that, just that guy. Don't want to see him. Don't want to deal with him right now. As we do move over, we do have Trundle, Volibear, J4, Viego, and a Warwick taking that top 5 there. Interesting picks to say the least. But again, you really can kind of see how the game is laying out. And it feels like roles are really adjusted right now. We're not getting insane Lulu top mid, silly, spicy picks here. We have everywhere. We have everyone where we really kind of want them to be, which I think that's where it's a healthy time of league when you're not seeing those strange picks. Or is that just me?
I mean, yeah, but the thing is you could see those strange picks,
Oh,
and
for sure.
that's all I'll say. That's all
Oh
I'll
no,
say.
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. No, you definitely can. Just overall though, I like when it's where we have our top laners in the top lane, we have our jungles in the jungler. We don't have
Mhm.
all that craziness. I
Yep.
do enjoy a
Honestly,
spicy
gameplay.
pick. Yeah, 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 yeah. Honest gameplay, honest League of Legends, for as honest as it can be. So we have our meta, we have our
Mhm.
teams, we have our players. Okay.
Mhm.
If you guys are just coming in, tuning in, do not forget to drop a follow. Come join the Discord so you can get the schedule as well too. But I need to hear some predictions. Okay, you have some real good information on the teams, so I
Mhm.
feel you would have the better overall general knowledge for this. Where do you see this? We have six. Give me your top three
So top three. Uh, Potentially rivals. Um,
for sure.
Maybe Miami. It depends on how well they can show up on game day. Because I have seen this team play in another league, and it just varies. And then the other team would probably have to be AG.
Okay. Okay. All right. Interesting. You have was that in order or is that top
uh,
three in any order?
nah, that's probably any order.
Okay.
If I had
Okay.
to put it in order, I'd say AG, rivals, and then Miami.
Okay. Oh man, so JoJo's grass and Tanuki's out there. You're gonna have to strut your stuff here. Hopefully, try and show off a bit and show Lucky that you guys can be top. I, on the other hand, I kind of almost agree. I do
Hmm.
gotta kind of put Tanuki's up a little bit though. Maybe I'll put them in three.
Yeah.
But rivals, Vice definitely into that mid lane rivalry as well too. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Again, this will be IBSG, so it is the lower end of rank, but really the skill is still there. It takes a lot
Hmm.
of dedication and commitment to even join a team, let alone get out here and start cooking up that the way these guys are going to be.
And anything could happen.
Oh, for
It's
sure. For sure. It's League of Legends.
it is.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And I think that's one of my favorite things about this game. You can play the same character and you can run it 100 times, but it will not be the same at all in any
Hmm.
100 games. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's really where the action comes to, especially in ISBG. In this league, we're still learning. We are not grandmasters. We are not masters, okay? We are still learning and getting comfortable into this game. When I say, honestly, by the time you hit around gold, you got the basics down. You can consistently and learn the basics. You have the bare minimum ins and outs of the game and a character. When you get to that master GM, you know everything through and through. You know attack range, you know attack speed, you know just about everything, where your spikes are. So that being said, it takes time to get to that level. So I feel like we're at a very decent level where the action is going to be extremely explosive and it's going to be all across the map. And I cannot wait to see that.
Yeah, it's definitely
Ooh,
gonna be fun.
it is. And last season was always a fantastic season there within itself, with our production team expanding, with as much more people we have on staff. It's going to be that much better to bring you guys the better quality out here over at Murky Sports. So I am super, super excited. We are going to break down the schedule for you in just 1 second here. Once I could bring it back up. I do apologize. I feel like I'm getting a little sick. I do feel like I'm getting a little sick. I feel it. I feel it in the throat.
That's
I've
always the
been I've
worst.
been yeah, I've been working a little crazy. I work outside now too.
Ooh.
Um so I'm just like I'm like hopefully not. Right, Cam? Right? Yeah, see Cam agrees with me. Big shout out to the kitty as usual. He has come and joined me for a couple events. So you will definitely see him through our productions. I could have sworn I had the schedule like right here.
You need
Where did I
the
do
link
with
again?
it? Yeah, please, if you don't mind.
Okay. Not at all. And then
Just so
it's
our
at
lovely,
the yeah,
our
at
lovely
the very
people at
bottom.
home. Yes. So our beautiful, lovely people at home can understand. Also, don't forget, guys, you guys can come by and join the Discord. Links should be in the descriptions or in Twitch. If not, before we leave, we will make sure production drops that in over for you. Week 1, though. Starting August 9th at 8 p.m., we have LF Amethyst going Touching Grass, Tanuki's Mojo Jojo, Rivals Gold versus Miami Vice. Week 2 will be a reverse above a bit. JoJo's will be going against Gold, Miami Vice versus Amethyst, Touching Grass into Tanuki's. Week 3, we'll have Vice into JoJo's, Gold into Grass, Amethyst into Tanuki's. Tanuki's finally facing Gold, Grass going against Vice. Mojo Jojo against Amethyst. Week 5, we'll start the rematches here. Miami Vice versus Tanuki's. Amethyst into Gold. Mojo Jojo's into Touching Grass. Then that will push us into our semifinals, into our finals. So about 2 months, just about, of
Give
beautiful,
give or
beautiful
take.
League of Legends actions. We have our teams, we have our standings coming up very soon, and we are only less than a day away, beautiful people. I think we just about covered everything. I hope we've gotten you guys hyped, and I hope to gosh that we do see you guys coming up starting tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Real quick, do we want to at least predict week 1 before we head out?
Oh, for sure. Okay. Game 1. You know what? Let me pull up my notes real quick, because then we can bring it back later
Mhm.
when we get into it. So hold on. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Week 1, Merc Week, and guys at home, be sure to kind of do your own one as well too. We will have the channel predictions going on throughout our streams. So grab those channel points, be able to flex them, get free emotes, the highlights on your messages, cool things like that. Get those points up. But Amethyst, Touching Grass, where do you see this going, Mr. Lucky?
So the only person, oh no, I actually don't know anyone on Amethyst. On Touching Grass, I know Hamakar,
Okay.
which I'm trying to remember what team he was the ADC for last season. It's blank in my mind, but if I look at the starters here, these up real quick. Basing it off of ranks alone, you have gold 3, gold 4, silver 2, gold 3, and silver 2. And then the other team is full gold. Full gold. Which is I
Shining
believe
gold.
touching grass is the full gold team, I think. No,
Okay.
no, no. It's the other team.
Amethyst?
Yes. Amethyst is the full gold team.
So are we hearing a lucky 2-0 here?
I want to say yes, but the thing is, like we stated earlier, is it is IBSG, and without seeing much from either of these teams, it's very hard to say. But you just for the sake of clarity, I'm gonna go ahead and say 2-0 Amethyst win.
2-0 Am win. I mean,
Just
based
based
off
off rank.
stats alone,
Mhm.
that's not a strange bet, to be honest. I'd have to
Mhm.
agree with that one there. And hopefully Grass can could show us their skills instead of proving us right there. Up next though will be at 8:30 will be Tanuki's versus Mojo Jojo. Where do you think we're going on that one?
Well, I'm interested to see how Tanuki's play because
I am too.
I have no idea about anyone on this roster besides their sub Pandorum. But I know that AG. I know well, I know 3 of these people: being Downfall,
Mm-hmm.
Major, and Bees. Um, I know Downfall, I believe, is role swapping the top. I believe he was the ADC
Interesting.
for Coachless Tyranny last season, which was
Okay.
a very solid team that I believe didn't qualify, or well, didn't make semis. Or they made semis. I know they made something. They fell kind of short in playoffs, which is
Oof.
perfectly fine. But
That happens.
I'm curious to see how Downfall will do with with this transition. But I'm gonna have to say, you know what? I'm gonna say Tanuki's 2-1.
Nice. Heck yeah, bro. We're
Just
we're
because I'm
matching right
excited to
now.
see, yeah, just because I'm
We're
excited to see how
matching.
Tanuki's play.
We are matching. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I'm gonna have to match you on that one too. I already said I really enjoyed Tanuki's just based off appearance.
Hmm.
So hopefully they play as well as they have graphic designer. And if that's the case, they're cooking. Like, so yeah, no, I'd have to agree with that one. Tanuki is 2-1. Don't want to give a little Mojo Jojo little son that we did mention earlier that is one of the top teams that we should be looking out for. But last but
Hmm.
not least, we have Rivals versus Vice. Where do you think we're going with this one?
So my heart wants to say Miami Vice,
Uh-huh.
but I'm pretty sure Rivals are just gonna sweep 2-0.
Tag the sweep too.
I'm telling you this, the top laner for
Yeesh,
Rivals,
yeah.
Club's
Okay.
really, really good.
Okay. Okay. Sir, I'm tight. Sir. My gosh. Okay. Be mad at me because I'm working, I guess. That's what gets you your food, sir. Don't roll your eyes at me. Ugh. Such a jerk. All right. But lucky with the 2-0. So we
Hmm.
break down week again. We both agree Amethyst with the 2-0. We want the 2-1 for the Tanukis. And we want the 2-0 coming on to Rivals as well, too. A lot of 2-0s, actually. Right? It's only 3 matches, but
Hmm.
a lot of 2-0s, actually. But to be fair, based off the info we got, those aren't hard bets. Those aren't, I feel anybody with the same amount of information that we have, with the same experience, same knowledge, I feel like they would do that as well too. So really not too far out of the ballpark. Overall, either way, I am super, super excited to finally get this ball going off over here for Murky Sports.
Hmm. Yep. No, it should be a very interesting season.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, who knows? In terms of like weakest teams, it's really hard to say because like you and I both stated before that any team on any given day can show up and just perform.
100%, man. It takes a lot
Like
too.
regardless.
The mental matters a lot in this game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mental matters a lot. You open out the gates, you come out 0-2. It is a complete difference of how you feel when you come out the gates as a 2-0. So
Mm-hmm.
playing from behind matters a lot. I feel playing from behind is a very difficult play style
It
in
is.
ISPG or in IBSG in just overall in league. It's very
Mm-hmm.
difficult to play from behind. So once you learn the experience of like, oh no, I'm a one, I can't do this no more. I call it when you're behind. I call it on allowance. I call it being on allowance because
Um,
the enemy allows you to be in lane. The enemy allows you to farm. And you got to realize when you're on allowance, you're on allowance. You're on borrowed time. You cannot step up. You cannot force. You cannot engage. You can't initiate. You can't do nothing. You're on allowance. You're broke. Like, and in lower leagues, it's difficult to realize that situation, and it's frustrating to be in that situation. But
mhm.
sometimes it happens, and I feel it really makes and break players of getting out of there. So I
Yep.
think that's going to be one of the things for us to look out for when we see teams kind of start to fall behind, how they get themselves out.
Also, something else to keep in mind is that this season, in terms of regular season, is only 5 weeks, right?
Right.
So
It's very short.
these games and wins really matter quite a bit.
And it being best
So,
of 3. So it's not a best
hmm
of 5. You only have 3 games max.
hmm
So those closeouts also matter a lot too. You really want to be getting a lot of 2-0s because those 2-1 games, they're great. You won, but you're still giving your enemy team a chance to have to rematch them later into the future there.
hmm
So but with that being said, we have the schedule drop down for us. We have our predictions. We dropped our teams. We dropped their info. You know where we're at right now, Merc Esports. Be sure to follow the Discord. Please come and join the Discord to follow up on to the scheduling. And again, just for a quick reminder for everyone out there, 8, 9, 25, 8 p.m., Amethyst Touching Grass will be the first game to break out our Merc Esports event. So please, 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 please be there, because for sure I will be there. Lucky will be there. And all the wonderful people on our staff here at Merc Esports will be there with us. So hopefully you'll be there to join us. So until then, please throw out there, practice, train, start getting out onto those socials, start rooting for your favorite teams, start getting those channel points ready as you come down to the Merc Casino, and hopefully start winning some money on these beautiful, beautiful players. We love you all so much, and we will see you this weekend to kick off IBSG. It's been your boy Huey Yoshikage, and on the table with me, our boy Lucky, and of course, big shout outs to production, super fast, making us look super cool. I do gotta say, I do love the little the PFP profile pics here, just kind of lighting up. Even though I'm a steak, it's nice. All good. It's all good. It is very cool though. I am super excited though. I love you all. We love you all, and we will see you all this weekend. Peace.
Take it easy.